Deck number 5, what are we going to hit? Grixis Breach. All right, so this is Grixis Breach. So it's, it's the same blue soup stuff that you see in Vintage. We've played decks very similar to this before. So main combos are Time Vault plus Manifold Key, which is somewhat enabled by the Urza Sagas. We've got Underworld Breach, of course, which we can use to play a bunch of stuff again with the Brain Freeze as the win condition there. And then we just have like a bunch of draw spells. So aside from the obvious ones like Recall, there's Considers, there's some Flusterstorms, we've got one Dig, one Cruise over here, Bolus's Citadel, and we do have Tinker to go find that. And so the main win conditions are obviously either just like set up infinite turns and then win with a Brain Freeze, or just win with Brain Freeze straight up, or Bolus's Citadel into the Brain Freeze. Like, we kind of need Brain Freeze to resolve. I mean, technically we can also win with Construct tokens, so that's another way to win the game. Other than that, everything else is fairly straightforward. It's the same old Vintage stuff you've seen before. Sideboard, we've got some like specific Silver Bullet cards. So Virtue's Ruin for the mono white initiative decks, Tabernacle, Hurkyl's Recall, Mindbreak Trap, Bolt, Pyroblast, Grafdigger's Cage, the alternate artifact payoffs that aren't Citadel for the Tinker, so Portal and Sphinx, and then 4 Leyline of the Voids for graveyards. And yeah, that is the deck. We are round 1 on the draw. Let's see. We've got Citadel in our hand, which is not ideal. We've got Academy, another land, and then Mystical Tutor, and then we've got Force and Time Walk. The Needle and the Citadel in the hand are kind of dead cards. I can technically Mystical Tutor for a Recall to try to draw some more action here, but this hand does not look great. Although the Force of Will is something to do. Also, if they have Strip Mine or Wasteland, this hand just loses on the spot. Yeah, let's mull. Okay, we've got Pearl, Time Vault, Lorien Revealed the Cycle, Consider. This looks way better. Let's put between Breach or Needle. The only reason I'm leaning towards Needle is because it's another artifact for Tolarian Academy. Let's just put back the Needle. In the blind, I don't even know if it's going to be useful, so... Bazaar Baghdad. All right, well, we've got a game. They didn't even have to mull for that. All right. So is it Dredge? Is it Vine? What is it? Icarid, Stinkweed. Hollow one. All right. Well, there's a game afoot. So Pearl, Academy. So I only make 2 mana, so I can consider Lorien Revealed here, which I guess is the only thing I'm going to do. Yeah. So tap this, cast Consider, Mental Misstep into the bin, draw Sapphire, play Sapphire. Let's get Time Vault into play. Force of Will, pitching another Force. All right. So the Icarid triggers go off. They activate Bazaar again, discarding what now? Bridge from Below, Serum Powder, Grief. Oh, Dredging. Oh, they dredge first, right? Okay. So double Icarid. So we're on a 2-turn clock, right? Yeah, so we're dead next turn. A Braid. I can kill this, and then they just make 2 more zombie tokens. So that... Actually, I can't even play that because I don't have red mana. What can I do here? I can't do anything. I can Lorien Revealed for Breach, and then cast it, and then do nothing with that. I can't cast the Lorien Revealed because I only have 4 mana. So we're dead. All right. So I'm going to assume that Gix Probe and Mental Misstep are just worthless here. Bolt seems pretty worthless. A Braid seems pretty worthless. Needle, I guess no, Needle can name Baghdad, right? Yeah. So keep the Needle. What do I not want? Or, okay, so I want ley lines. Is that it? Just the ley lines? It's just the ley lines, right? I don't care. No, Grafdigger's Cage as well. So leyline, Grafdigger's Cage. So I have 1 more cut to make. What am I cutting? Flusterstorm seems so bad in this matchup too, right? I guess Gix Probe is a free cycle, so leave that. And then, oh man. Oh, Tabernacle and Portal's good, right? Sphinx of the Steel Wind also seems like a card they probably can't kill. So that leaves me with 1 card that I have to cut. I'm inclined to say it's either top, the second Breach, Narset. Actually, what does Force of Negation even do here? What does Force of Will even do here, actually? They're just built around Bazaar, right? So the Force just forces their Force back. All right, so let's cut Force of Negation. All right, so they're the Bazaar deck, so we have to go really fast. We've got double Mox with Urza's Saga, which is not too shabby. Nothing else to do, but I mean, that's decent. So we make 2 Constructs, and then we go fetch mana, I guess. All right, I'll keep. So Emerald, Ruby, Saga. Well, there's Bazaar. Bazaar activates. Discard this stuff. Hollow one. So our Construct's a 3/3. Ooh, another Saga. It's got to be correct to just play that, right? Yeah, all right. Saga, trigger. Over to them. Bazaar again, so they'll dredge with the imps. Okay, we've got Icarids. They milled 2 Bazaars over. They milled over this stuff. So nothing really that great. Then they have a draw step where they can dredge the Shambling Shell. All right, so no blocks on this hollow one. All right, end step, make a construct. Then it's back to us. Force of Vigor, you gotta be kidding. All right, well, let's make a construct. I mean, these are at least big. Misty. Do they have Bridge in their graveyard? They don't. I should probably pop this open. So they can bring back multiple Icarids. We can block the Icarids, I guess. So nothing I can do right now, so let's just pass. Just leave these back to block. Then I can Mystical Tutor. So yeah, Bazaar, dredge a bunch. All right, they still haven't found Bridge. So they have double Icarids. Oh, there's Narcomoeba. They have 27 cards in their deck, so I would need to cast quite the number of spells to brain freeze them to death. So then this Icarid comes out. All right, am I blocking the hollow one? I'm probably just double blocking Icarid, right? Yeah, just block these guys. So damage, then the amalgams come back. Okay, what can I tutor for? I can tutor for recall, I can tutor for... I mean, recall seems like the best bet. No, I can tutor for tinker. Right, I can tutor for tinker. And then I can tinker in Sphinx of the Steel Wind. Okay, so fetch, grabbing volcanic. No, grabbing underground sea because I have a ruby. Grabbing underground sea, cast mystical tutor, and grab tinker. Then we draw, and then I'll tinker one of these constructs. So let's just attack with one of them. So combat, swing. All right, well, this has to resolve or we're pretty dead. Tinker, eat. Oh, I meant to eat the other one. Meant to eat the other one. Meant to eat the other one. All right, well, grab Sphinx. I'm actually dead on the board because I sacked the wrong one. I first strike the hollow one and go to 17, and then I'm at 14, 11, 8. Yeah, we lose. Would I have lost even if I'd blocked? Block here, go up to 17, 14, 11, 8, 5, 2, 0. Yeah. Oh, they hit Creeping Chill too. Like, we're just super dead. Am I just supposed to like hard mold a ley line in this matchup? I guess maybe. Yeah, it doesn't matter. We're dead. All right. We're playing against a Luris deck. We've got no mana, so that's a mole. All right, we've got Force of Will, Saga, and some other stuff. Keep, and I kind of need everything in my hand except Breach at the moment. I think if you don't have like all the setup necessary, it's better just to put Breach back and try to draw it later. So Ruby, Sapphire, Lorien Revealed for a land. Gets Trop, plays Collector Oof. I actually don't even care if they do that. It also shuts off their own mana. Yeah, all right, that's fine. A second Saga. All right, let's just play Underground Sea. I don't know. Yeah, Underground Sea, pass. That seems like a really weird start. Plays their own Saga. Okay, it seems less weird now. All right, the oof hits us. That's fine. We go to 18. End step, consider. Mystical Tutor. I need to deal with this Saga is the issue. Like, yeah, I can get my own Saga, but then what? I can tutor for recall. Fine. But I don't get to do it until... I guess I can do it on upkeep, right? And then I can recall, but then I don't get to play Urza's Saga. Yeah, I just need to find something else to do. Let's spin that. Drew Flusterstorm. That's going to be even worse. Lorien Revealed. All right, well, Urza's Saga, trigger. Over to them. So then that ticks up. Yeah, they just have more mana. That's fine. So the oof hits us again. We're a turn behind on their Saga, so their Saga's doing stuff before our Saga's doing anything. Also, we have no artifacts. Cycle Lorien Revealed, because we got nothing else to do. Go grab Volk. Drew another Lorien Revealed. We're just drawing terribly. Back to them. Yep, they make a construct. Then it's over to their turn. Trigger. Make a construct. I guess I'm supposed to make a construct before this resolves in case they find Pithing Needle. Although to what degree this is even helpful, I don't know. Black Lotus. All right. Spire of Industry. Then they attack for a whole bunch. We can't even really block them. So we take a bunch of damage. Then it's our turn. Trigger. We drew Force of Will. This is just so bad. All right, make a construct. What am I even getting here? Needle doesn't help. Top doesn't... Well, I can't actually activate anything, right? So, with Oof in play. There's nothing to needle, though. Like, I mean, I know they're a Luris deck, but other than that... I guess I can just grab mana in case I ever do find an answer to Oof. Or I can just grab... Yeah. All right, Sol Ring. Not that it helps. Play another Saga. And we have to, man, if I double block one of these, then I lose both my construct tokens. So I can at least block this oof. I have to block one of the construct tokens at minimum. Mox Jet. Dauntless Dismantler. Well, if they activate it, they have to blow up their own constructs. So, I mean, fine, I guess. Swing. Well, I can't wait. I have to double block. And then we're just dead next turn anyway. So, like, all right, damage. I guess I should have cycled Lorien. Whatever. We drew Needle. So we're just dead on the board. Yeah, all right. Well, I mean, they're just like stuff.deck. So I don't know, Bolt, Portal, like just generically good stuff. Once again, the Flusterstorms always seem freaking terrible against these Urza Saga decks, so I'll just cut all of that. Even Force of Negation isn't really good. I'm more inclined to just play Action. I guess Hercule's Recall is good against them. Get rid of this, and what else? Mental Misstep is okay. Now, you know what? Screw this card. What do we got? A really slow start. I can Merchant Scroll for Recall. This start is so slow. So slow. Turn 1, we're just cycling Gix Probe, and then if we don't find anything, we're playing a Manifold Key. And then we're Merchant Scrolling for another card that we can't even play yet. Alright, fine. Gix Probe you. What are we dealing with? GSC, Lavinia Force of Negation. Wasteland Saga. Alright, Volk, go, and then we're just going to cast Consider. Plays Trop. They're not casting the GSC, so they don't have Dryad Arbor. Alright, Consider on end step. I mean, like, I do need a third land for Narset, but not... So if they force a thing, that's fine. Alright, draw land. Urza Saga, if we play that, they wasteland it, although that means they're not doing anything else. So, play this, trigger, and then we'll cast Merchant Scroll. Alright, it resolves, so I can grab what? I guess just Recall. Alright, grab Recall. And then over to them. Plays the Wasteland. Wastelands the Saga. Alright, so... If they want to force a negation Manifold Key, I am fine with that. So cast Manifold Key, and then I'll stop them in their upkeep and recall so they can't force a negation it. Alright, recall. We drew Mystical Tutor, Saga, Bolt. Alright, Spire of Industry, and they're still just not doing anything. Upkeep, recall, sure. Draw, consider. Alright, let's get Saga down, trigger this. I'm not going to cast Narset into just getting it countered, so what else am I doing in that case? I guess I'm going to cast Consider and see if I have something better to do. Bin that. Drew Vampiric Tutor. Alright, let's just pass to them. So our Urza Saga is online before theirs is, and we can also bolt Lavinia if they play that. Or if they GSC for something, we can bolt it. Urza Saga. Collector, oof. That's fine. Well, I'm still going to bolt it because it does represent a creature on the board that I just want to get rid of. Alright, it is bolted. Then they have to clean up. They discard one of their GSCs. Our turn, we drew another recall. Play Underground Sea, still not going to run anything into Force Negation, so let's pass it back to them. Then their Urza Saga ticks up. Tundra. Grafdigger's Cage, that is fine. Alright, what am I tutoring for? Any sorcery speed thing like Tinker that I grab can just get forced, so I might just tutor for another Saga. Alright, let's cast Vamp Tutor. Alright, what do I want? Treasure Cruise might actually be pretty good here, although, again, they can counter it, but at least it only costs us 1 mana to use it. I could also grab Talarian Academy just to have a ton of mana. That doesn't seem great either. So if I grab a second Saga, then we're in a Saga off, and then my Sagas win because I can recall their Sagas. Okay, so in that being the case, yeah, let's just grab another Saga, and then we will make a Construct. So then draw, trigger, make a Construct. They're making a Construct, that's fine. So then this triggers and resolves. And what am I grabbing with it? Probably just want mana. So like Soul Ring or a Mox Sapphire. I don't know. Divining Top's okay. Not great though. All right, let's just grab Soul Ring. All right, play a new Saga, trigger, and then we can attack them with our 4/4. So then they'll make a Saga, or they'll make a token, and then we can just recall them on end step to put all that stuff back. Yeah, makes a token. Grabs their own Soul Ring. Black Lotus. Plays a new Saga. Yep. Puts Luris in their hand. Cracks the Black Lotus. And then they can Luris and play the Black Lotus again, which is extremely annoying, but so be it. I guess with Lotus on the stack, I've got to recall them so that they don't have Force Negation mana open. Wait, they're just not playing it? What? Alright, Hercules recall you. Yeah, get out of here. Artifact. Saga goes up. Let's make a Construct. Go to combat. Attack with these 5/5s. Well, I'm not really doing anything else, so I could play Narset here and force them to use their Force now, and then I could force them back, I guess. That seems maybe worth fighting over, but I do have just a bunch of stuff in play. Now, let's just wait. Like, we are just winning with all of these Constructs in play, so... Alright, Lotus out of the graveyard. Alright, they couldn't cast the thing because Grafdigger's Cage was in play, right? Lavinia. So I do have to try to force this now, or else the Force is just offline. Alright, let's force Lavinia. Get rid of Brain Freeze. They can force this back if they want, but they gotta pop Lotus to do it. Yep, pops the Lotus, forces back, that's fine. Then Lavinia resolves. So they can play Sol Ring and have 1 Construct activation open. Wait, they tapped their Saga? Goes to 5, 3 mana. Nope. Cast a GSC for 2, sure. So I guess they're gonna grab Collector Oof so I can't activate Manifold Key? Yeah. Alright, end of turn, Mystical Tutor. Instantly resolved. So I should probably just grab Bolt, then bolt the Collector Oof, attack them unblockably. Trigger. Bolt your oof. So I don't even need to do that. I can just bolt Lurrus and then just hit them. Unless they have Force of Vigor. Nice, bolt oof. Get Soul Ring online. Force of Negation, pitching, Force of Negation. Alright, in that case, we're going to activate the Construct mode. And now I guess I'll just grab Needle and name Urza Saga so that they can't make a Construct on their side. I don't know. I can't activate anything anyway. So Needle, name Urza Saga. Then go to combat. They have to block everything. Or they have to at least block with Lurrus. Alright, they're at 1. Pass the turn. So their Saga goes off. They can't make a Construct with it. Grabs a Mox Pearl. Dauntless Dismantler. Apparently I should have named that. Oh, they have another green sun. So now oof, and now these things, and now I can't activate Soul Ring anymore. Yeah, alright. Pop that for 0, kill all the Constructs. And then they've got this in play, which means Narset does nothing. I mean, Narset cycles at least. Bolus to Citadel. Alright, well, I have nothing else to do but play Narset, so we're playing Narset. Minus. Can't play Portal, can't activate any of this, so grab Dig Through Time. Back to them. Plays another Dismantler. They're just going to put Narset to 1. Alright. We're at 11. Mox Ruby, which we can't use. So let's dig. Oh, I can't cast Dig because of Lavinia. God damn it. Can't even cast Ruby either. Actually, I can't do anything, right? I actually can't do anything. I can recall my own stuff and then put Needle on Dismantler, although that, who cares? That's irrelevant. Alright, over to them. Gadok Teague. So we really just cannot play anything. We're actually dead next turn. Time Walk. Alright, I can't believe we lost that game. Loving the Pauper League vids, man. Glad you did that series. Off to work for me. Good luck, have fun. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed them, Ripshaw Reunion. No, that can't be right. Let me say that again. Ripshaw Ryan. Thanks for showing up. Alright, match 3. We're on the play. So we've got Force, Saga, Mox Jet. We're against a Lurrus deck. I'll keep. So we're going to go turn 1. Oh, we're literally playing against the same opponent again. Alright, well, I don't know how that works, but Saga, Trigger, Mox Jet, top spin, Time Walk, Treasure Cruise, Underworld Breach. Alright, well, that does seem like the correct order to have this stuff in. I guess, hypothetically, I might want to not lose the second Force, so I'm going to put it as Breach, Time Walk, Treasure Cruise, so that I can pitch the Cruise to Force. What were your thoughts on Rakdos Madness and Pauper? Madness is not good enough. It's yet another example of trying to take just streamlined, good red aggro burn and changing it into some other crap that is not as efficient. Well, we got Wastelanded, so that plan's out the window. So we're about to draw Time Walk. All right, so let's just pass here. So we're gonna pass, draw Time Walk, cast Time Walk, then we're gonna draw Time Walk, fetch so that we don't draw Breach, cast Time Walk, and we reevaluate from there. I guess I may as well spin this top. Mox Ruby, Time Walk. All right, this. I don't need to draw Ruby. Yeah, let's fetch here. Grab Volcanic, play a land, play Time Walk, spin the top. Time Vault, Monocrypt, Talarian Academy. All right, so that's really interesting. All right, I definitely want to draw. How much mana do I have for Treasure Cruise if that's the case? Quite a lot, right? So let's go to Time Vault, Monocrypt Academy. I haven't played a land this turn, right? All right. Is this Shops? No, this is Grixis Breach versus Lurrus deck. All right, so now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with 3 delve. I can delve fewer cards if I draw the Monocrypt. All right, so draw, play Monocrypt, Talarian Academy, then this, Treasure Cruise. I'm gonna eat everything except Time Walk. Treasure Cruise, and I will fight over this if they counter it. All right, they didn't. Hix Probe, what do they got? GSC, Spire, Strip Mine, Force, Gadok. I'm surprised they didn't try to force the Cruise. So they're going to Strip Mine Talarian Academy. Nothing we can do about that. So let's play top and back to them. Spire. All right, they're not Strip Mining me. I'm just I'm so surprised they're not doing that. All right, Monocrypt Trigger. We won the flip. They're going to fight Time Vault if I play Time Vault, right? And then we protect it. So I guess first things first, I'm going to Brainstorm. Citadel, another Force, and Mental Misstep. So let's put back. I don't have triple black, so I can't even play the Citadel. Are we actually Brainstorm locked right now? That's pretty rough. All right, Citadel, Bolt, go back. Tap this, cast Time Vault. That resolves too. I'm just so surprised they're allowing this all to resolve. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Spin the top. Well, there's Manifold Key, so I guess we're going for it this turn. This one, this one, this one. They've got, as far as I know, 1 single Force of Will. So, Talarian Academy, draw, cast Manifold Key. We have double Force backup. Force, pitch, Force, pitch, Force. All right. So if I recall, so with Bolt, Hercule's Recall can be used to get rid of the Saga tokens. And that's pretty much it, right? There's that. I guess Portal. So what does Flusterstorm hit? Forces and GSZ. I don't really care about countering GSZ. I guess Tabernacle might actually be good in this matchup, considering how much, like how many creatures they commit to the board. Pyroblast, maybe. Let's get rid of Fluster. Let's get rid of Mental Misstep. The Needles, okay, so I need Needle for Dauntless. And then what else? Let's get rid of this. Narset seems really bad in this matchup. They just have so many creatures. She just winds up getting killed. I don't know that I even want Brain Freeze in this matchup. It seems like so much to get through all of their stacks and counter spells, and I can win by just bolting them to death as well. I don't have to have Brain Freeze. I don't cut that. Time Vault, Time Walk, Vampiric Tutor. We don't have black mana, but we have, like, this hand's good, so keep. Spire of Industry. Mox Ruby. Brain Freeze is part of a combo to win the game. I know, but I don't need it. Yeah, they can Time Walk if they want. Like, I can win in other ways, whereas when I don't have the combo assembled, Brain Freeze is just a dead card in my hand, and this matchup seems very interactive. Now take that with a grain of salt. This is only my 5th Legacy League, so Lavinia. All right, we have to counter that. Counter that, get rid of Time Walk. Well, they have their own counter backup. Getting rid of Lorien revealed. All right, at least they're down to just one card in hand. So Volcanic. I guess if I drew Mana Crypt, I would go... No, actually, no, I can't play Mana Crypt with Lavinia in play. Oh my god, we drew Force of Will too. Yeah, all right, back to them. Yeah, Urza Saga. If I don't consider into a Wasteland, like right now, I'm pretty sure we just lose. Gadok Teague. Yeah. All right, consider... Oh, my owner is a Saga, but I'm going to be behind, so it doesn't matter. So getting that's actually useless right now. All right, Underground Sea. I can Vamp Tutor and I can Ponder. What do I want? Let's Ponder and try to see if we find Wasteland. We did not find Wasteland. We found a bunch of stuff that I can't use. So Brainstorm does get this like worthless Force of Will out of my hand. I'm not winning on the board. I got to win by comboing them to death. So let's put these back. Don't shuffle. Then we're going to go C, and then I'll go Brainstorm, and then upkeep Vamp Tutor to reset my deck. So all they've got is Beatdown right now. So we can try to win against that. I have to put a stop on my upkeep. Another Urza Saga. All right. 4, go to 13. I think we have 2 turns to live. Brainstorm. All right, so put back Force of Will, and Mox Emerald I can't cast, so put that back. So then upkeep, Vamp Tutor. All right. So this is 4 plus... It's going to be another 4 from the Saga token, or 5 from the Saga token, so we live. Oh, wait, no, we don't, because the Vamp Tutor's hitting us, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, we live. So if I just grab Manifold Key, if they have Needle in their deck, though, they just Needle Time Vault, and then we're screwed. I guess I just have to proceed on the assumption that they don't have Pithing Needle. I can grab Tabernacle. They can just pay for everything. There's no way I win if I don't just grab Manifold Key here, though. So I just have to, I guess, proceed on the assumption that they don't have it. Yeah, all right. Manifold Key to the top. Then draw. Play this. Play Time Vault. All right. If they have Needle, we lose. Make the Construct. I guess technically we could draw like Hercule's Recall or something. So like we're not actually strictly dead, but we're at the mercy of whatever we're top decking. Floating them on is a bad sign. Wait, they got Lotus. Okay, so they don't have the Needle. Dauntless was their one goddamn draw. Unbelievable. Yeah. All right, well, we're dead. The moment we play Manifold Key, they're just going to pop it. All right, it enters tapped anyway. So Virtue's Ruin kills Lavinia and Gadok Teague and Dauntless. Like, they actually have a lot more white creatures than I thought they did. So I'll bring this in, and what am I cutting? I think I'm willing to cut Dig. Lavinia and Gadok Teague both shut it off. They also shut off Treasure Cruise, but between the two, Treasure Cruise is better. So let's do that. Setting up Brain Freeze doesn't feel all that good, to be honest. I don't know. It's felt pretty good so far. I basically have never wanted to draw it in any of these games. Brain Freeze is only good if we're at maximum acceleration. We have to have Breach plus a bunch of mana. Like, I think it's fine. All right, this hand has a Tinker, although we can't quite use it yet. We also have Time Walk and Force of Will. All right, this is fine. Keep this. All right, what am I doing here? I'm going Underground Sea, Lotus, pass. Yeah, all right, Underground Sea, Lotus. And then we're just passing the turn until next turn where I go Saga Time Walk. I don't know if I'm cycling Lorien Revealed, although I probably am. Urza Saga for the opponent. Soul Ring. I might want to try to counter Soul Ring. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to fight that. Let's force pitch Lorien. Pitch Lorien? Yeah, pitch Lorien. Mox Ruby. Lotus Petal. We drew Soul Ring. That's great. All right, Saga. Cast Soul Ring. Let's see if Time Walk resolves first. Time Walk. All right, it did. So next turn, this ticks up. Mox Jet it is. So Jet, I don't have to actually pop my Lotus, but I do have to sack something that isn't the Construct if I want to keep Lotus. So blue, this one, Float a mana. Let's tinker the jet away. Maybe I should actually just tinker the Lotus away. I don't know. The Lotus is like the least valuable thing. I don't know. All right, let's tinker jet. All right, tinker jet. Do you have a response to this? They don't. All right, let's grab Citadel. Cast Consider. I do not want Tabernacle, so bin that. Okay, Breach is a great draw. Breach. So let's see. All right, they're conceding that. We played the same opponent twice in a row. Match 4 on the draw. This is interesting. Lotus Pearl. Pearl cycles the Lorien Revealed for a land, and then we're 1 away from casting Bolas' Citadel next turn. Seems good to me. Chancellor of the Annex makes things more complicated. So they are the initiative deck. So I have to chuck Lotus into the... Oh my god. Well, our entire hand basically falls apart now, just based on that Chancellor. But then also this guy following it up. They can make cycling Lorien Revealed. Oh, they're naming Black Lotus. So we have to chuck the Pearl into it unless we draw a land here. We did not draw a land here. Well, I'm not chucking my Pearl into it, just getting countered. So I guess we're going to clean up and discarding Flusterstorm. Leonin Arbiter, so we can't search if we find a fetch land. Oh, and we can't search with Lorien Revealed either. All right, Underground Sea, cast the Pearl, Chancellor trigger, pay it. I can cast Needle and name what? And name what? I guess Urza's Saga. Although if we draw our own Urza's Saga, that's like the one way that I could actually get out of this. What else is in their deck? Dauntless Dismantler, probably the name. Or Wasteland. All right, let's Needle and let's name Wasteland. And then back to them. Archon of Emeria and Caracas. Well, we're just losing to beatdowns. I don't even have red for Bolt. I guess technically I can pay for the Lotus next turn and then sack it for red to bolt something. We drew Urza's Saga. That is something. All right, cast Lotus, pay 2. Then we can't play another spell right now, so we have to pass it back to them. And we can't afford to take all this damage, so I have to bolt something. What am I bolting? I guess I can bolt the Archon, and then I just have, like, ground blockers. Yeah, all right, red, bolt this guy. So 5 to 7. So then we can make a Construct. Can't cycle with Lorien. I mean, I can, but then I can't make a Construct, so let's just pass back to them. The Construct's a 3/3, so we can trade with this stuff. Thalia, sure. If they just attack here, I do have to block it. All right. Oh, if they attack with Arbiter, I'm 100% blocking that. Why attack with Arbiter? No. No attacks? No, just attacking with Anointed? I guess I don't even have to block that, right? Because I probably want to pay the Arbiter tax next turn so that I can fetch out like a Soul Ring or something. But that puts me in a position where I'm dead to their board, so I do have to block. So the problem is if I make 2 tokens, then I just don't have any mana left. I just have 2 lands, and there's a Thalia in play and an Arbiter in play. Yeah, I don't understand why they're attacking like this. They should really just attack with Peacekeeper, and that's it. Yeah, block here. So now we can make the second one without having to pay the Arbiter tax. Draw. Tolarian Academy is an amazing draw. All right, make a Construct. Then if I fetch Red Source, I can Underworld Breach and then probably just win the game. So if I fetch Mox Ruby, no, I can't breach because I don't have enough fodder. But I can just cast Lorien Revealed. So Academy is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we have 6. So it doesn't matter whether I grab Soul Ring or Ruby. So let's just grab Ruby so we have red next turn. All right, Academy, tap, tap, cast Revealed. All right, we can't play anything under Thalia, so we'll just pass with the Constructs back to block. They play another Ancient Tomb and have no good attacks. All right, back to us. These essentially pay for themselves, so tap this, cast Petal, tap this and this to cast Manifold Key. Then Academy, Lorien. Oh, I didn't realize I didn't even tap Pearl yet. All right, draw some cards. 2 left over. We can play Gix Probe without paying any life for it, or I can just play Treasure Cruise. 6, 7, 8. No, I'm 1 short of Cruise. I could pop the Petal to do it, but play this. Target you. Pay the mana. They have a Mox Emerald in their hand. All right, we still can't possibly afford to attack them. I guess the problem is, like, if they have any removal spell, I guess Dauntless is the only one that blows both of these up. The other removal spells are Swords and Solitude. If I attack with both, they have to block one of them, and then we're not dead on the crackback. Yeah, so swing. So block with Thalia, and they Caracas Thalia back to their hand. They go to 5, and then we survive at 1 to this dude. Cavern of Souls. All right, that's not going to get them out of that. Mox Emerald. Then Thalia returns. Doesn't matter. I think we can Breach Bolt them at this point. So we go to 1. Actually, I can just make a Construct unblockable, right? Why are they still persisting here? You can't block this Construct. Yeah. Okay, sideboarding. Bolt, Virtue's Ruin. That's basically it. Is Tabernacle good? Flusterstorm's bad, so we cut that. So that's 3 for 3. Force Negation seems really bad as well, so I can board this in. There are times where I may want to tinker a portal to Phyrexia, so I could also put that in here and get rid of... I want Needle, Mental Misstep. The only thing this counters is Soul Ring and Swords to Plowshares. Yeah, so that can go. Force with Virtue's Ruin. All right, I'll keep. Mox Ruby, Mox Emerald, Cavern of Souls. Well, we can't counter their thing now. Name's Archon. All right, so here comes Archon of Emeria. Uh-huh. All right, well, this is going to be a long struggle. Play Misty, back to them. I never know, like, am I supposed to just 2-for-1 myself to counter random Moxes? That seems so bad. Oh, they just have a double Cavern of Souls hand, so our forces are completely useless. Very cool. Thalia. Uh-huh, can't counter that. We have a extremely slow Virtue's Ruin that we can eventually cast, maybe. All right, Volcanic tapped, and we can't do anything, so back to them. Lotus Petal. All right, I still can't even play. I guess I fetch now so that we can cast Consider, of all things. So Underground Sea, untap. There's a Braid. This still comes in tapped. We can't cast a Braid because of Thalia. Can't cast a Demonic Tutor because of Thalia. So it's double mana for Consider, which means I can't play anything else anyway. So let's just play this Saga tapped. And then we will try to Consider for land number 4, which has to be an island. I guess I can technically upgrade stuff, so it doesn't have to be an island, but we'll see. All right, another 4 damage. We're down to 9. Loran to blow up our land. Ugh. Yeah, we can't counter it, so that resolves. Uh-huh. Consider I'm binning anything that's not a land or like Lotus or something. Bin that. Lorien revealed. Mox Sapphire. Okay, so Mox Sapphire. Then we've got a Cycle Lorien so we can play the land now. So Cycle Lorien. Grab Underground Sea. Play Underground Sea. Over to them. So this is 6, so we go to 3. And then if they don't stop us, we can at least Virtue's Ruin. Swing, swing, swing. Mm-hmm. All right, we're at 3. Boromir. Oh, come on. Come on. It's just like every turn they have the exact card they need. There's no combination here that I can do that doesn't win. It's 2 mana to bolt the Archon. They can save it. Even if they don't save it, I can't cast anything else. Sometimes they just have it. Our opponents have just had it for like so many matches now. It's just insane. All right, I don't change anything. Run the same thing back. Portal's in our hand. We've got Sapphire, Cycle. This hand's not good. Even though it's got a Virtue's Ruin in it, I have to consistently find mana, which I'm not sure about. I guess I go what? I go Sapphire, Cycle the Lorien, grab Underground Sea, Consider to try to find another land. So the dead card in the hand is Portal. The Force of Will is potentially a dead card. I can do better. Well, all right. Well, ain't going to 5. So keep, put back, breach, Chancellor of the Annex. Bulk, go. Oh, of course they drew Wasteland, or had Wasteland in their opener. All right, float. Cycle with Lorien. Let's go find Underground Sea. Mox Jet. Chrome Mox. Imprinting the Chancellor. Oh, of course you still have something after all of that. Null Rod. All right. Wait, what? Okay. Underground Sea, go. I'm just so confused. Ancient Tomb. All right. All right, there we go. Mox Sapphire, Chancellor trigger. Pay the Chancellor trigger. So this resolves, then we can get Urza Saga into play. All right, I can't activate this. Well, whatever. Over to them. It's another artifact for the Karnstrucks and Tolarian Academy, so we're good. They just don't have white mana, so they had Ancient Tomb, but they still decided to... Did they just draw like 2 Ancient Tombs back to back? I'm just so confused. All right, Lorien revealed. We're not going to use this. Grab another Underground Sea or another Volcanic. I don't know. It does another Volcanic. This ticks up. Drew Narset. Okay, play Volcanic. Go. All right, they finally found a white source, although they do not appear to be doing anything with it. All right, make a Karnstruct. There's a Saga trigger, make a Karnstruct. So I can't activate anything with Null Rod in play. So if I needle something, that's like... I guess I'm going to needle Dauntless. Dauntless Dismantler. So Academy, tap, Narset. Actually, let's Consider first, because I'm going to use both. That's fine. And then Narset, minus. All right, grab Force of Will. Go to combat. Attack here. I do not understand this decision. Play 2 Mana Rocks, then play Null Rod so you can't do anything. Round 5, we're on the play. We have a bunch of good cards and no mana to cast any of them, so Molt. All right, turn 1 Tinker. If our opponent has the Force, they win. If they not, we win. So keep, put back, Brain Freeze. All right, Sapphire, Jet, Petal, Solarian Academy, tap, Tinker, eat the Petal. Does this resolve? It does not. Force of Will, pitching Oko. All right, we're probably just losing this game now. Mox Sapphire, Flooded Strand. Oh, a Collector Oof. So it's that deck. We drew the Citadel that we can't even play. All right, back to them. Take 2 from Oof. Force the Will. All right, back to them. I can actually not cast Force the Will. I have 4 mana. No, I have 3 mana. Another land for our opponent. Another emerald that they can't tap for mana. All right, we take 2 from Oof. Abrade. I can Abrade this. It's probably better to do it at the end of their turn so they don't have access to this mana. So just pass back to them. So Oof hits us. 14. End step, deal 3. Abrade this. They have Flusterstorm. All right, well, Flusterstorm counters our Abrade. Untap. We drew a Flusterstorm. Back to them. Take 2 from Oof down to 12. Untap. Mystical Tutor. All right, back to them. Vintage is riveting. Yeah, I know, right? Just amazing gameplay here. You just spew a bunch of stuff out onto the board and then win the game if your opponent doesn't have Force the Will. Time Walk. Just counter that. Fluster. I guess I probably should have cast Mystical Tutor in response to that, and then if they wanted to counter my Tutor, I could have flustered both of it. All right, we take 2. Let's tap for Mystical Tutor. All right, what am I getting? Probably Recall. Yeah, let's go with Recall. I don't play Vintage, but from watching these games, I don't think I'm super interested in the format. Yeah, its format's just awful. Just atrocious. Cestor Recall myself. Do you have the counter? They do have the counter. Exiling Dak Faden. All right, so nothing continues to happen. We're just getting beaten down by this 2/2. For the price of a new car, you two can roll a die to see who wins the game of Magic. Yeah, I mean, not online, obviously, but in paper, yes. Online, these decks are all around $400 to $500. All right, Ragavan. All right, we're at 8. Draw. Urza Saga. I mean, that's technically something. Play this. Hot take, 400 to 500 is still too much for digital cardboard, and indeed it is. Not only is it too much for digital cardboard, it's too much for paper cardboard in any format. All right, so we take 4, we go to 4, Ragavan triggers, exiles, Bolt. Oh, that's cool. We lose the game because of Ragavan. Like, otherwise I might have been able to block them, but now Bolt means I lose the game. I love losing to randomness, don't you? Okay, so Bolt, Pyroblast, is that it? Just these? Bad cards are... Not sure. Seems like everything's kind of fine. I can Needle Oko. That's like the only thing I can name. Sensei's Top to me has felt kind of weak, and I definitely don't want it against the Collector Oof deck. What else? One of the 2 breaches, and... I mean, I don't know. Gotta cut something. Lotus Petal. No mana is a mole. All right, tons of mana. None of it is black or blue. Jesus. All right, yeah, like, I actually can't play anything with this hand. So I'm just hoping that I draw... If I keep this, I'm just hoping to draw a land that is in one of my colors that I need. This doesn't seem keepable either. Molt. All right, this is something. Keep this, put back, 2 back. Ponder and Volcanic. If I put back Volcanic, I can't even cast a Braid. Hang on. I guess I can Lorien for a Braid, though. Ponder and... Yeah, Ponder and Volcanic. All right, Urza Saga. Pass to the opponent. Not playing Jet because they're a green deck, which means they can have Force of Vigor. So if I play Jet and they have it, then they just blow out both of them. Opponent fetches. Volcanic. Mox Emerald. This is a turn 1 Oof, then, yeah. Ren and 6. All right. All right. Trigger goes up. Let's play this. A Jet. All right. So now we're just going to make constructs. Misty Rainforest returns. Ancestral Recall. Yep. Can't respond to that in any way. So sure. Fetch. I'm surprised there aren't more decks that have like Ragavan and Ren and 6 and whatnot in them. Ponder. Sure. Black Lotus. Force of Vigor on these. All right. Well, make a construct. Pops the token. And now we lose the game. We have 1 land and it can't even tap for mana. I could have cycled Lorien instead, but yeah, okay, we lose. 2 and 3. I continue to be baffled by the construction of these decks. Like other than Citadel, like there's just no good Tinker targets, even though there must be good Tinker targets that you could play instead of this. There's like, I don't know why you need double breach. There's like all kinds of one-ofs that don't make any sense to me. Like, why is there 1 bolt and 1 abrade? Like, I get that you need like a removal spell in your main, but you need these 2. And there's just so many other things you could be playing that are just like more generically useful. I feel like Sensei's Divining Top is unbelievably overrated. It's good if you've got some kind of way to combine it. Like, okay, sure, if you've got a Citadel in play, then it's good. But if that's the case, you have a Citadel in play. Like, when you don't have a Citadel in play, it kind of sucks. The Flusterstorms I don't like because there's multiple matchups where they're just like absolutely crap and don't do anything. I would much rather have these be sideboard cards. So yeah. And then again, like you could run a Ragavan in this deck. Not sure why you don't. There's like all kinds of good cards you could run and that this deck just doesn't. And you could say, well, like, you know, it's like Lotus Petal to me, for example. This card looks like it's just garbage. And you could say, well, you want that so that, you know, you can have your turn 1 combos where you like Tinker or whatever. I'm like, yeah, but there's also tons of matchups that are just playing Force of Will. And you really, really don't want to be expending resources that you can't recoup and going all in against Force of Will decks. I feel like there's a better middle ground here that could be reached than what this deck is trying to do. Obviously, you always want all of the Moxes and Black Lotus and Monocrypt and Soul Ring, but like Lotus Petal specifically seems kind of bad. There's plenty of matchups where Needle just doesn't do anything. Again, it feels like there's just a better way that you could construct a deck like this. But anyways, that's the end of the Grixis Breach deck.